me post on Discord. Morning.
He just like, I love masturbating with toothpaste and fucking drinking vinegar. My name is Shaw. I shit you not. That's what he called and said to me.
All right, thank you for the tier 3 57 months. I appreciate it. Sam, thank you for the tier 2 for 61
like,
months. I appreciate it.
I love
Thank you.
masturbating with toothpaste and fucking drinking vinegar. My name is Shaw. I shit you not. That's what he called and said to me.
Here, here's a tissue. Here, just take a tissue.
Oh my god, what is this? Well, thank you for the tier 2 50 months. I appreciate it. Hold on. I'm missing stuff. I just looked at my inventory. Plates.
Morning, Rhodes.
Good morning. How's it going?
Be good.
How's the shift been?
Pretty quiet, to be honest. Extremely quiet. It was hectic as first hour was crazy.
Really?
And then it's been absolutely quiet.
What happened in the first hour?
24/7s, Fleekers, Politos, cash exchanges all went off all at once.
Damn.
And then a shootout. I think a jewelry store and a bank truck, and there was a shootout between like 3 different gangs over the bank truck.
How'd that go?
Spanned the full distance of Popular Street. Oh, we just waited and went in afterwards when they were all down and picked them up.
Who was it?
So, the Lost was the ones that went down.
Damn. Lost gunfight, literally. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. There's an illegal ammunition charge.
Yeah, which covers the... Even if they don't have actually loose ammo, if they just have the ammo in the magazines, that still covers it.
Good. As it should. As it should. Anything crazy? I took yesterday off because I was not feeling good, but... Anything crazy yesterday?
No, not really. We did. We had the Nexus races.
Was that during the day?
Yeah.
How'd that stuff go?
I did the first day, and it was kind of, and that was tiring. Back-to-back races for like 5 hours.
Oh my gosh!
I ended up going to sleep on the last one. I didn't do the last one.
There's only so much you can do.
Today I think went much better than yesterday, but from what I can gather, it pretty much went all day.
Sounds good. I'm gonna need to speak to someone in Shift 3 regarding auditing weapon registries. By the way, just to make sure everyone's got one. It hasn't been done already.
Been done.
Oh.
Maple was talking about it earlier and has gone through. Should be a report for it actually.
Oh,
fairly
there
recent.
is.
Yeah, there we go. 41992.
Perfect. So speaking with Brian, by the way, and he had mentioned that for example, my weapon registry is checked off, and I just put my shotgun in there, and it documented, and when I pulled it out, it stayed, but apparently it will remove for some people, and it's not consistent.
Okay.
So we do have to manually
put in.
Pretty much, yeah, which isn't difficult, especially considering you can already get the serial from our firearms without any, without having to fire a casing,
Yeah, I
but we
think-
should have casings and projectiles specifically labeled so that it's easy to identify.
Yeah, that's what Maple said. So 2 of my guns were the only ones that were done. I think I forgot to do the last ones. Well, like they were in there, but the casings were in there, but they weren't labeled.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not even too worried about that, but I mean, realistically, all you have to do is change the name under the evidence tab of whatever
Yeah.
thing it is. But yeah, I want to make sure that we are keeping that stuff up to date. It still doesn't seem like there's a general arrangement for McQuillan. I think I have everything covered for the most part, so I do need to speak with people today. Today's going to be a meeting day. I
Okay.
can't wait.
I don't envy you.
It is what it is. Part of the job.
Yes.
Part of the job.
If you need anything, just reach out.
Will do. Knocked. Thank you for the 35 months. I appreciate it. Food's going bad. Hi, Rocks. Oh my god, Curver, you're a big fan? A new NASA PC? Listen. I can't even fathom what you paid for a NASA PC in this market. Rox here for the tea. Rox is the tea. I'm considering lifting the Scout again.
The sales market has been flat. I broke that on the Okay, that's all 6 minutes for the car, plus fair 1. You can read the channel.
Hey, fam, I found this one.
Are additionals needed anywhere?
Oh, channel 2 is available for the Polito. Channel
I just got sufficient units for the police service.
Hey, firm.
yeah, we have enough.
Mm. I still can't get over Barnabas. Crystal is spread around. Hmm.
Davenport primary, Crystal secondary, Nova's going to be tertiary, 270 a parallel.
See,
and
chat.
Bauer
Rox is trying to
any other units assist with clearing. Oh, forgot.
cause problems, but that's how I start my streams. Rox, you're not special, bud. You're not special. We need to put the 8-speed back in here. It's equally as ass. And actually worse. Means we need the impact. FPS? You in the room with us? Morning, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well, except you, Rox. I hope you're having a phenomenal day, Rox. And everyone else, I hope you're having a better day than Rox. Hmm.
Radio check?
And two. Rox, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but if I have to be, I will. You were playing Overwatch, okay? With probably 200 ping. You have bigger issues than me. I can't turn. I can't turn. Sometimes the karma do be instant. That is correct. Well, you know, don't try putting the blame on me for stuff. They got nothing to do with me, Rox. By the way, in case you did not see my message on Discord yesterday, I had my allergy test done. The general one. It's like a 2-stage thing. I'm primarily allergic to not pollen anymore, apparently. Dust. Cats and dogs, primarily. They couldn't do the penicillin challenge because that takes 3 to 4 hours, and my appointment was at like 2. What? I'm not gear locked. What is happening? The sequential thing. There we go. What's the penicillin challenge? Okay, it's not challenges in like a social challenge. It is to determine whether or not I'm still allergic to penicillin. Because as a child, when I had it, got high. No. I have a golden doodle. Don't judge me for having a doodle, okay? It was not by choice. I've mentioned it before. No. Honestly, my back wasn't itchy much at all throughout, like, any of what happened. What is happening here? Really, guys? In public? Really? This is grimy. Yuck. Oh, it should be raining? Oh. Let's take our trip to the north. Thank you for the heads up. We're taking the shortcut. It's gonna be a shortcut. It's gonna be a shortcut. It's gonna be a shortcut. I'm not sure if Coil streams. Is realized with an S or a Z? Both? Just like interchangeable? Oh. We'll hit the Sandy exit and then head back to the city. So, how's ever? Oh, by the way, my penicillin allergy, because it takes 3 to 4 hours, they only do them in the morning. So a week from yesterday is when my appointment is. So Tuesday. Also, why the fuck am I going to be getting like, I know we're a little ways out, but apparently Sunday to Monday I'm getting like another foot of snow. Not looking forward to that at all. I think it's like Sunday night into Monday morning. Where's the skip button? Good morning.
Hey, Rhodes, I'm here at MRPD.
Oh, I'm on the way. I'm at Legion Square, but I'm repairing my car. I know. It's ass. I'll be there in a moment.
All right, see you soon,
you soon.
buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm in the northeast of the U.S. You got his record expunged? Let's see. Nope. Carmine. What did you just do? Carmine?
Dave!
Carmine, is that your bike?
Yes, this is my bike, Chief. This is indeed my bike.
I just wanted to make sure after everything that's happened before.
Oh no, he still hasn't given me the bike he's supposed to. That son of a bitch robbed me of $50,000 and didn't give me my money, Chief.
Oh my
I am
God.
gonna sue him. I'm gonna sue the absolute fuck out of that son of a bitch. He was a weasel, Chief. I tried to tell you. He was a goddamn weasel. Hey, what do I know? I need to present my findings to you. I've been trying to get a hold of you. So
I was off yesterday because I was sick, and then the day before there was nothing but meetings. I was meeting after meeting, and also Pred is here to speak to me.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll wait for that then. Can I be there?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Into
he
my
inside?
newly soundproof, I would assume, into my newly soundproofed office.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, it's about time.
Finally.
Also, on the third floor, don't confuse it with the second floor. That one's inaccessible. But the third floor, there's a little, do you know how there's a white couch?
Mm-hmm.
Opposite of the white couch, there's now a little area with 2 white couches and some instant coffee, some sugar, some tea,
Oh my
some
God.
hot water.
Some tea, you say?
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna be discussed on that couch from here on out.
I don't
What
know.
up, Fred?
Hey,
Yeah, but your fat ass can't stand on the skates. Now listen, I gotta go, Mr. Jutton. I have an important phone call I gotta have. Have a good one. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Carmine, Rhodes. Hey, how's
Hey.
it going?
doing good. How are you? This way,
We do
Fred.
got it.
I'll show you.
Carmine, how's the case going?
I'll demonstrate
I
something.
can't disclose an active investigation.
Good test. Good test.
What are you trying to do?
He's
Test me in
learning.
front of the chief?
He's learning.
Hey, Pred, go into the office and start screaming while Carmine and while we're out here. You think he's screaming?
Yeah.
Keep going, keep
yeah.
going. Oh,
Ooh,
it's so
hold on.
nice.
Is he yelling?
Yeah.
Was it?
It-
Did you stop yelling halfway through?
No.
All right, yell for like 5 seconds straight. Oh my God, it does work. Oh my God, it's
wonderful.
actually soundproof.
It's wonderful.
That's crazy. You guys want
I
any
did
food?
get some advice or some or directive, if you will, from the construction guy. They said, hold on, let me just take a look. It wasn't anything crazy, thankfully. They said if you don't kill Jenna Mustard's dog, you won't receive the same treatment.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm glad I did that. Technically, it was my dog. Technically,
Well,
And technically, PD Bot did it.
so it wasn't even you? Wait, did you order PD Bot to do it?
Yeah, I said PD Bot, kill that fucking dog.
Okay. Where the fuck's Carmine?
We can wait for him to come back. I was
Yeah.
worried I wasn't going to get to see you today, Rhodes.
Well, yesterday I was sick and took off, and the day before, when I texted you, I'm not
Are you
kidding.
quitting smoking too?
No. Well, I've never started smoking. But the day before, when I texted you and said I'll call you back, I'm not kidding when I say it was meeting after meeting after meeting.
Oh no, it's fine.
Well,
I know what it's like.
yeah, it's a problem though. Because a lot of people are not a big fan of current PD structure.
What? Who are the people that aren't a fan?
The room was filled with Bean, King, Jeb. Actually, Maxwell wasn't there. I spoke with her afterwards. Nikki, Peters, and a few others. And the general... Oh, Ruby was there as well. The general consensus was that if a restructure was on the table, that they would take it. And would want...
Why? Because most of them in that room get fucked by that.
Yeah,
Why
but
would they
but
take it?
so I agree, but I think that's pretty telling. Even
Well, I mean,
Jeb.
what was the issue that they said? What's the issues
Um,
with everything?
Just like from my understanding, standards have slipped. In
Did
addition
they give
to
examples?
well, no, I wasn't going to ask for specific examples while everyone
You
was just
always
like
gotta ask for
collectively.
examples because you got listen. You got to hear me out here real quick. This is the time to strike. All right, if I wanted to seize power and the chief of police I know just got unjustly removed and completely fucked by the type of court case the city's never seen and never will see again, I would start making moves as well to try and usurp power.
Yeah, but it's not a usurp power angle. Because
100% it is.
No. The reason I say that is because I wouldn't be changing in chief of police if I follow through with this restructure. And the thing is, I'm okay with upsetting people. I am perfectly okay with it. I know it's not going to sit well with a lot of people. But if we do go down to the traditional structure of chief, ass chief, 3 captains, 1 for each shift, there's going to be a lot of moving around of people, and a lot of people are not going to be happy. And I understand, but it might need to be something that needs to be done if a lot of people collectively agree that that is the case. And the whole, like, taking the position from me, I don't think would happen. I mean, quite frankly, I don't.
I think they're wrong, and I can explain why.
Hit me
All
with
right.
it.
Changing the power. So when people always say these type of blanketed terms, like I want something new, but they don't tell you what something new is, or I want something like how it used to be, but they don't tell you exactly what it is that they want. All right, this right here is just adding to the destabilization. All right. I mean, I'm not 100% sure because I don't have all the details. All right. But I guarantee that this is something that we could fix in a day.
Could
A
I add
day?
something?
A day?
Yeah, a day. A literal day.
I want to add something.
Go ahead, Carmine.
I think this whole standards have slipped narrative has been something that has been recurring every single time.
Sounds like something from the outside, too. You know what I mean, Carmine? Like, it doesn't sound like it's from the inside.
I know I've heard that said a million times while I've been in the LSPD, and when changers, people think changers are coming, but nobody has, like, other than restructure or moving pieces on the board around, nobody has actual constructive criticism. And the people that usually bring up this standards of slip narrative are the people that have been in the LSPD the longest. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
what does that say? Like there's no one single person who is responsible for the slipping of standards. Like it is collective, like it's a collective thing, right? Fuck, I don't know how much I can say with Pred here, but like fuck.
Just talk freely. Fuck it.
I
won't say anything
think
outside of this
Alana is a good example. Which I don't know if anything has happened with her yet, but I don't understand how we have held on to her as a PPO for so long.
Well, you see, that kind of falls. All right, so here's the thing, right? What you have to look at is you gotta find out what they mean when they say standards are slipping. And then the old guard's always gonna be pissed off because the old guard's a bunch of disgruntled old fucks. All right, they've been working so long, they're all about to retire and get their fucking pensions. All right, of course they're gonna be disgruntled. All right, and then we're not funneling in enough new blood to balance it out. So the old guard has retained a lot of power. Here's what I'm trying to say that needs to be done. These people need to be metaphorically choked. All right, they do. These people are running around saying all this shit because people are letting them. But meanwhile, they won't even pipe up to me, and I'm not even the fucking chief. They won't even come up to me and tell me because I've already been told some of them have been talking shit behind my back. But even when it came to talking to me, and I don't even got a badge, they ain't even say it to my fucking face.
Yeah, right? I think it's hard to have the conversation with you though, specifically because like they don't want things to be perceived as like them leaking or anything to that extent. I don't think they're doing it to like hide something from you as much as I mean, much like me when I specifically said I don't know how much I can say, you know, potentially regarding like active investigations. It's a little tricky. Get your damn fucking record expunged, Pred.
Listen, I will get expunged. I mean, I'll get expunged right now. It's just going to cost me all my fucking money that I've made. But, I mean, the issue is, right, do I, like, it sounds like before, it sounded, we had things going. I mean, we were pretty cohesive.
Can I?
Right,
I want to add something else.
Add it.
I've noticed both of you have been cops for a long time.
Yeah.
I think the police force goes through a cycle where when morale is high, people either gaslight themselves or standards do actually drop. But then when standards are brought up, morale goes into the gutter, and then we don't have many officers on the street, but we have very competent the ones that remain are usually the very competent ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a push to hire more people, and some of them are new, and then standards drop again, but morale goes up, and it's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah, he is.
I think that's like a solid outlook.
Morale. Yeah.
People always like to ride the waves. I mean, it happened when, Rhodes knows this just as well as I do. Remember when nobody wanted to be BCSO? Then we became BCSO. Then everybody wanted to be BCSO. And it ebbed and flowed. I mean,
that's
fair,
true.
we did ride that one out all the way to the end. Even when I sold the police department to fucking Cerberus.
Oh.
I think there is another aspect though. I do think, and this is something that like brings me back to when we were in, I can't remember if it was PBSO or CPD at this point, but a conversation I had with Angel where she essentially said something to the extent of, if you had told me that the LSPD would be like a top heavy entity that's like falling apart under, let's say Bass, whoever it was at the time, and that the BCSO would be like overwhelmingly successful, I wouldn't believe you, especially under Pred. But that's exactly what fucking happened, right? I think LSPD is back in a similar position regarding being very top heavy. And I think some people are currently in positions where, not just some people, I actually think there's a decent amount. But I think there's a lot of room for swapping people around. And when I say
Well, can I tell
restructure, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. No, I was just gonna say something real quick. All right, here's like the issue that we were having towards, you know, after like the first couple weeks, right? Is that there were some people that had problems with shit. Like I'll use one person as an example, right? I mean, Ruby would be coming to me telling me that she doesn't like this, she doesn't like that, and I would say, Ruby, you can come into shift 1, change whatever the fuck you want. Ruby, you can. She told me she had a problem with P&T. I'd be like, Ruby, you can hire whoever the fuck you want. You don't need to go through P&T. You can literally hire whoever you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. And I would tell this to a bunch of people, like, do whatever the fuck you want. We'll sort it out afterwards if there's a fucking issue.
You didn't say it to me. You told me to go fuck myself with my Nepo hires. You told me to go screw myself with my Nepo hires.
How bad were your Nepo hires, Carmine?
I only had like a few. I think.
I'm not asking for
Abdul.
And they all got hired, didn't they? Wait, and they all got hired.
They did get hired. They did.
Yeah, they all got fucking hired, didn't they, Carmine?
And then Abdul quit. Abdul quit because there was a severe lack of tea. Which
And then Raj.
He messed up, huh?
if this soundproofing was here, he would have quit long ago.
Oh yeah, true. Like the issue is, right? It is so hard to find the doers. Cause Rhodes, I don't want for us to have to do everything, but do you want to know what I've learned in this iteration? We're gonna have to do everything. So if I come back, we do it all. We tell people how it's gonna fucking be. We do it all. We tell them the uncomfortable truth. You want to know why we're doing this? It's because you ain't fucking doing it. And you've been bitching about it for a while. So we're gonna fucking do it. And you're gonna sit there in the cuck chair and watch as me and Rhodes do it.
But no,
You know,
try to marry.
I do. I know, but we gotta. I think we tried, and I think it was actually. I'm gonna be honest. I'm proud of the LSPD recovery, the turnaround of
I
the
agree.
LSPD and the cohesiveness and the brotherhood, sisterhood that we formed over those few months was good. It was strong. We didn't really lose anybody. You know, we didn't really. We lost one person, Springfield, and she wasn't even a part of the thing to begin with. Yeah,
Ruth too. Ruth is.
Ruth doesn't count because she's a fucking moron. But you know, I think that's what we got to do. Is we got to sit down, and we just got to start it. We just got to fucking do it. And maybe you're right. Maybe ranks were a little bit bloated at the top, but I thought that having a bunch of people that'll like, you know, do shit for people, have like, there was captains around all the time, commanders, you know, like these people could do stuff. But it doesn't seem like a lot of them were interested in, because remember, I would like pull people aside. I'd be like, I want you to do things. I would tell them in the meeting, start leading, start doing shit, put together units, put together this and that. And it's like yelling into a fucking well. And the only thing I'm hearing back is my own fucking voice. All right, that's what it's like dealing with these fucking people. So what we got to do is we got to accept that. We got to accept that. And what we got to do is we got to fucking do it ourselves. All of it.
You know what's crazy? During this conversation with, you know, Ruby, Jeb, Nikki, Peters, Moss eventually came in, and again, a few others. Davenport was there. King. While we're having this discussion, you know, and I just inquire, like, should we resort back to a single captain per shift in the department? There wasn't a single person who was opposed to it, right? And even Jeb spoke up, and Jeb specifically said something to the extent of, as the first one on the chopping block, I don't remember if he said he agrees or whatever, but like he doesn't mind. I then had a conversation with Ruby later in the day, and she perceived that as like Jeb like giving attitude and he wasn't genuine about it. But like, I feel as though I have a pretty good read on people. And that was very much so like he just knows that if we did go to a single captain per shift, he wouldn't be the captain. Like that's the reality of the situation. I would have to rather turn the commander and the multiple captains per shift into a single person, right? Jeb knows that's not going to be him. And I know that sounds fucked up, but I found it odd that Ruby's read on his wording was, you know, like it was attitude, or it was like him not being honest or something. Like, I don't know. It was very odd. It was very, very odd.
Jeb very much is in the Maxwell camp. I mean, you know, you're aware of the Maxwell Ruby camps, right? You're aware.
Oh my
of these.
god, I got gaslit by everybody that it didn't exist, that there was no shift war.
It existed. I always fanned the flames of it, but I was there to kind of referee it.
The one time I tried to address it, I got red herring, gaslit. I thought I was in a room with Brian Knight. It was crazy. Both Haley and Ruby were in there like, nah, we're good. What are you talking about, Carmine?
You know, I offered Ruby the opportunity to you know, sit her down one by one with the 3 people that I know take issue with her. That would have been Erin, it would have been Maxwell, and there would have been Opal. And Ruby just continuously I was like, if you don't,
because they're all Maxwell camp.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. My issue originally was, listen, I will have all of them in a room, and then I was like, well, when I say all of them, like not 3 versus 1, because it's very ambushy, right? And like that's not going to be productive. They're just gonna dogpile, right? And then it was like a one-on-one basis. And then she pretty much said that nothing would come of that. To which I said, then Ruby, what's the solution? And then she would go on about like a non-solution entirely. And I was like, no, Ruby, what is the solution? If you're telling me that's not a solution, then what's the solution? And she failed to provide one again. And I was like, Ruby, no, what is the solution? Don't give me a hypothetical. Don't give me what is the solution? And she pretty much said, like just telling them to stop. And I was like, okay, consider it done. I'll get it done. End of story. Has it been done yet? No, I still need to have a conversation with them, but we're going to see if that works. You know, I would have much rather them hash things out.
They'll never hash things out. What you can do.
Yeah,
is
but who's the failure? Who's the failure? Who's the failure in that?
Both. All right, so here's the thing, right? You gotta
the person unwilling to come to the table, I think, is the problem.
No, so hear me out, right? Look, these people, they don't like each other.
Uh-huh.
All right. The problem is that they ain't upfront about it.
I can't hear because it's soundproof now, but I'm outside.
You can, yeah, let her in.
Yeah, bring her in. I'm trying to find a judge right now. I can't find any judge or justice. Otherwise, I'd drop the $1 million to do it right now.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, it's her auntie.
Hey, Clear.
Auntie.
I got a seat open for you right there. All right. Whatever you need of me is available.
Crystal, I have a question.
Yeah?
Have you seen in person, since you're around in all shifts, have you seen in person the Ruby versus Maxwell, Ruby versus Opal, Ruby versus Erin stuff?
I'm kind of a lurker, but
have you observed?
Oh yeah, some regular. Yeah.
Okay, who's in what you hear? Obviously, you're not like this all-seeing eye, but with what you hear, who's the person like causing the problems?
Well, no, I've been trying to help Shift 2 with PNC
because I'm usually around there, and sometimes I'll give like what you call it, some insight on how they're doing and what they want and their concerns. And sometimes I'll mention like oh, this is something they think would be good or would like in shift 2. And for example, as like who had that problem, I'll say Ruby, and it's oh, of course it's Ruby. Yeah, it's kind of like kind of assuming words about like I understand where Ruby's coming from with like what she says, you know, but it's kind of, it does sound like there's a bit of you know
Some
Is that-
animosity between them.
animosity. Yeah, I get that. I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard to like kind of yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And yeah, there's always just like this rift, you know, between shift 1 and 2. 3 is
Yeah,
fine.
I don't want that rift to exist. I'm gonna be real. It's the reason I wanted there to be a conversation with the people
it's always
involved.
going to exist, Ro.
Well,
What
you
just gotta
see-
do is you got to referee it.
well, you say that, Pred, but don't forget, in this position, we got the power. I can quite literally tell someone, drop it or you're gone.
Ooh.
What have you thought of the assault room? What you did with shift 3?
The
Yeah,
only successful assault room was mine.
That's not true.
Ah.
Shift 3's was successful too, and also put me in hot water.
Who was yours? But what was that about?
It was quite literally the entire shift.
Oh
But
my
the
God.
expectation was, if someone is bringing something up against you, don't take it personally. Understand that it's coming from a place of like, whatever happened, someone felt slighted or there could have been improvement. Here's why. And like, don't hold it against people. Like, once we walk out that fucking door of this office, it's pretend it never fucking happened. And if you bring it up, you're the problem.
Mine was messy, not super complicated. Everybody was involved. It was Alan Key and Dark Peach, and she said no to him. You remember that, Fred? It's crazy times.
Yeah, I remember that whole
crazy,
thing.
Crazy time. Yeah. I think Jeb did one with Peters and Cassidy, and let's just say the walls
I
weren't
remember-
soundproof.
I know. I was sitting in the hallway. I originally brought the popcorn. And I was told that I can't stay unless I was willing to take a higher position.
Yeah, those were days.
Sometimes I kind of view it as like, what you call it? Parents that are divorced and they have kids, and they gotta put the baby first. And to do that, they gotta put the differences aside.
I agree.
We're the baby, and I'm the baby.
Why are all those shots being
Yeah,
fired?
I can hear them shouting outside my door right now, and I'm just rocking back and forth in my bed, sucking my thumb. It'll be over soon, Crystal.
It'll be over soon. Don't worry.
And I got I had my chief.
Individual inside is wearing like Babylon clothing, got white hair.
Crystal, were you present for the?
It's gonna be
Were you
okay.
present for the meeting the other day?
Oh, in this room, I was behind you. I was sipping my tea.
What was your take on the situation? Like the whole potential restructure of PD. Be honest.
Change sounds good. You know, because as we can see, people aren't happy. Things are pretty rough. And, yeah, change sounds good.
Okay,
And
I'm
yeah,
just gonna
with
throw
change,
this
there's
out
also
there.
be some people who aren't happy. Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna throw this out there as a hypothetical. If the ass chief, now Pred, do this under the assumption, because like don't pick yourself, okay? If I'm the chief of police and you had to pick someone for ass chief, who would it be?
You?
Pred, assume you're not chief. Assume I want you to say someone that isn't us.
Well, it depends. All right, so, but who am I in this situation? Am I me?
You're you, but don't say you or me.
Well, I mean, if I'm me, why would I pick me to be ass chief? I wouldn't pick me to be ass chief. I couldn't do both positions.
Jesus, Pred.
That is difficult because right now I'm unsure as to what would be needed. Having someone, I'd like to see them. I'd like for them to have good quality traits. I'd like for them to be very much. I'd put Richard Dark.
His man.
Okay, for bias reasons, not Richard.
Okay. I mean, Maxwell's loyal. See, that's the thing about Maxwell. Maxwell's loyal to a T. Ruby, all I ever hear about is how she's trying to fuck me over, and how she's going to the marshals, now she's talking to Brian Knight, and how she's, complaining and stuff like that. I'd probably pick Maxwell. Honestly, I probably pick Maxwell in that situation, or I definitely don't pick Carmine. I definitely don't pick Carmine.
Why? Elaborate. Give me a reason why. Is it because I'm weak? I'm spineless?
No,
I can't make the hard decisions?
Well, I think that, I gave you all the power you could ever wanted in the PD. What happens if I give you more? Are you gonna do something with it?
I'm probably not gonna wake up anymore.
Oh God, poor sweet Carmine.
I'm gonna say you.
Carmine's someone who
into not waking up
honestly.
Anymore
Carmine is someone who needs something to look forward to. Carmine, you're gonna be a perma officer. I hope you realize that.
I'm fine. Perfect. So long as I can conduct my.
You can't have too much power, because if you do, Carmine, that's when you cause problems for little reason. Carmine, why don't you go ahead and tell Pred, the first person you arrested after having been rehired, and the whole context behind that. Go ahead. Well,
some son of a bitch twerp. Okay, I didn't know it was his bike. You left it outside MRPD. I saw it. I took it. I rode off with it. And the son of a bitch.
Before he's rehired, by the way. Before he's rehired, but after expungement at this point.
All right, and then this.
Or not expungement. You didn't need to get an expungement. My bad.
Yeah, I didn't. Hey, 2-0, 0 hit 1, baby. The marshals thought they can't touch me. Ruth has just been sending me one-word messages: scum and asshole and loser.
Yeah, that kind of shows malice.
I forgot. I should text her too.
So he shows up at Senior Buns. I get cuffed. Almost arrested. They ask him if he wants to press charges. He says, "Give me $50,000." I say yes. I give him $50,000.
No, originally 10. It was originally 10, but Raccoon shafted you.
Yeah, that son of a. Well, this guy gets $50,000 off me, and now he's accusing me of. Did he say I threw him in some sewer? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't throw a man in the sewer.
Carmine, you're sitting in front of us.
Me.
I can see the shit-eating grin on your fucking face, pal.
Yeah, then I pulled him over in a traffic stop. He slammed his car door into my leg, so I arrested him for assault and battery.
The same person who...
Justice.
Pred, I was driving on Grove Street. I thought this dude was doing the Fent fucking fold, okay? I approach, he's fucking crying. This dude is crying because he was tricked into going into the sewers and barely escaped and this and that, and he said Bobby Charles did it.
How could Bobby do this?
Except it was Carmine. And so I had to tell him, hey, listen, I will make sure that you get your money for that bike. Because that's what should have happened, Carmine.
He got his money. I didn't give him my bike. I didn't give my goddamn bike. Yeah, I didn't get my goddamn bike.
Why are you even pressed about the fucking bike?
It's about the principle.
The whole,
Nobody
say that.
Bumps Carmine.
Carmine,
Carmine
you
in the
do,
corner.
but you do realize that he has 30 days to actually state whether or not he wants to press charges for the original theft.
Do you fire officers who are charged on joyriding? Is joyriding like a no in the
Joyriding's a misdemeanor.
I don't know, and
Well,
it's
how much is a bicycle?
probably like 250 or something?
Is it 250 or is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
2
BMX.
grand?
Maybe 2,000.
Okay, if it's 2,000, it's grand theft, Carmine.
What do you mean it's grand theft?
It would be grand theft.
Hold on, I thought if
Person commits grand theft if they steal property valued at 1,000 or more from another person.
you're oh my god, you're such a weasel.
Do you,
What the hell?
Carmine? Do you understand why I wanted you to just pay the fucking guy and not cause a problem?
Oh, he's been paid. I'll wait for civil action a day after the statute of limitations. That's when I'll sue him.
Carmine, I was telling you this the day it fucking happened. I was like, Carmine, 10 grand is nothing. Just fucking pay it.
And Chief, thank you for speaking rational thoughts into my ego-driven mind.
I
Thank
would have
you.
told you to shoot him.
Oh, thank God
That's
you
a
weren't there, Fred.
problem.
Thank God you weren't there.
I would have said, "You gonna let this guy talk to you like this? That's crazy."
Fred,
your
he
gun
wasn't
right
an
now, let it
officer
bang.
at the time.
No,
He was trying to get rehired. We were about to rehire him, and the motherfucker was about to catch a fucking felony.
Story of my life.
But he didn't.
You know,
No,
that would've been
instead, the
funny that
first
the
thing he
LSPD
fucking
got me-
did, the first thing he fucking did was arrest the person. Carmine, how do you not think that through?
Listen, if the marshals can come after me and it's impossible to prove malice, I wish that was not a malicious arrest. That's just me doing my job.
Yeah, Rhodes. It's basically impossible to prove malice in court. Fucking Blunt in court said the fucking defense is inherently biased to themselves, and I don't care what they have to say. They're inherently guilty. Like, he literally said that pretty much verbatim. Like, verbatim, he said that.
I mean, isn't that
That's
just saying
malice.
the sky
That's
is
literal
blue?
malice.
Like, isn't that a no? Of course, someone is going to be biased to their own side.
Yeah, say that. Yeah, that goes both ways though. That's why.
Yeah, 100%.
You still
But he
listen
said
to them
that
because
the defense has less meaning in their statement, and I guess that's why 3 judges and everybody ignored the statement where I said I didn't do it.
Oh, I
Biggest
spoke
piece
with
of shit court case I've ever seen in my life.
Fred.
you know what
Fred,
they didn't
real
care
quick.
about? That you said you were agitated. They made sure to write that down in the code. Oh,
Fred-
they listened to that part of what you said.
Fred, I spoke with Angel, by the way, about Bill. She said no and said, I guess it's going to come down to a coin flip.
Don't worry, I got a 2-sided coin.
Nice.
I'll take care of that.
Well, you got to let me know when everything is done, because obviously his credit would not have been. Oh wait, I texted Floki, and I did get a response back the other day. You know what he said? I said, Floki, it's Rhodes. Give me a call when you get the chance. He responded 3 days ago. Tried calling, but whatever it is had nothing to do with me, and I will never admit it. You know how we are. And if you're ringing to donate money, then a cool $500,000 would be good. I'm currently flying back to Europe a lot at the moment. It will be hard to get a hold of, but I will reverse charge call you next week. You pay for my time. I should probably tell him it's about Bill and him being dead.
Honestly, you should. You should tell him. Rhodes, I'm worried. I don't know what it is we're supposed to do. Rhodes, I don't know.
I don't either. I just know that people are looking for a fairly drastic change. Right,
Yeah,
this
but
is
that's
coming
not the
from
answer.
well, yeah, but this is coming from the people who are in higher positions and are openly stating, I don't care to hold this position. I think the people who are fit for the positions need to be in it. They
Well,
want
did they
they
get
want
names?
vests. Do you remember when we did the whole fucking
Easy.
yes, and you had to be picked up by a department and you had
Yeah.
a what was it? The yellow
PB
was
draft.
it the yellow the like high vis
Had to
high vis
wear the
vest?
yellow vest.
Yeah, if you were pretty much unclaimed, right? That's pretty much what they want.
My strays, my poor strays. I miss them. I miss
Having a
them.
home.
I
What do
miss
you-
how they used to come to me and cry about how no actual department would take them in, and I said, forget about them. I'm your department at home. I'm the one that loves you. And I'd watch them just get poached, and I just had to take it and take it
Oh.
and take it.
Oh yeah, you're the last one.
Yeah, but I don't want to say if a restructure is on the table. From my experience, it doesn't work unless there's an actual game plan of problems that need to be addressed, and we know the restructure will fix it.
And restructure ain't gonna work right now at all when it's just saying, "Hey, one department needs to be restructured." Because I could sit here and talk to you all day about how the BCSO and the marshals are the problem with everything.
That's
All right.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get into.
There's
'cause
no point. There's no point in doing a fucking restructure of an entire department to appease these useless fucks. We already do 90% of all the workload.
Well, no.
The
It's not to
BCSO
appease them though. It's not to appease them. Like
Well, then
these
people need to
concerns have
go
been brought up
in
from
LSPD.
within. Wait, which people?
Yeah, we need to get rid of these people. Well, here's the thing, right? These people.
Right, there isn't going to be any command or high command structure. It's literally only command and high command.
That's the restructure. Hey, that's the restructure they want then, big dog. If they wanted to just bitch and moan all day instead of do anything, sit down and say, hey, listen, you can go. That's what you got to tell these people. You got to sit them down and you got to say, hey, listen, if you don't like it, then leave. Get the fuck out. That's what you got to tell them.
Yeah, but no, we can't do that, Fred. We have to listen to their concerns, and it's not just one person.
They're the problem. They are the problem.
Fred, we can't just say they are the problem. It doesn't work that way.
All right, listen. You mean to tell me that who gives a fuck what Nikki Khan wants? All right. I tried to give Nikki Khan everything under the sun. I told her she could work with anything, be a detective, blah, blah, blah. You know what she tells me to my face? I don't want to do anything. Why the fuck is that person promoted? And why the fuck is that person have a say in the department's affairs? All right. Then on to Ruby. Ruby is always doing snake bullshit. Ruby's probably only pushing this agenda along because she thinks she can snatch fucking Chief. All right. And then on the other end, if Maxwell supports it, then probably the same shit there. All right. All these fucking people do is they refuse to do the role that they're in now. All right. And so, of course, a restructure is going to sound good on paper. All right. Because these people know that they're in good with people and they'll probably still be near the fucking top. All right. But this is what needs to be done is you need to sit all these people in a room that are saying all this restructure shit. And you got to say, I got an idea for a restructure for you. How about you go somewhere else? If you got such an issue, get the fuck out. Go to the marshals. Go
Restructure your resume.
All right. They can restructure themselves. All right. If I come back, I'm not holding back. I want you to know that. I
Fred,
am not
if you come back, here's the issue. I cannot get behind what you just said. That's not Fred. When have we ever looked at almost the entirety of our high command and gone?
We're not.
Well,
the attitude will change right away. So
how will it
here's the thing,
change?
Because 100% will, because people crave power. Listen, Rhodes, you got to listen to me.
The
don't
people
like
who
getting
have
called-
the power are wanting the change.
Yeah,
That's not
but
true. I will
yeah.
stop. I've been thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out what their motivations are because I'm hearing standards are slipping, but what exactly is it they're referring to when they say standards? Just general police work?
Yes, as a whole.
If they're in a position of
they give
command,
examples.
if they're in a position of command and high command already, all right, these are the people in power, and they're asking for a restructure, are they saying that they're not up to the task of addressing these problems and they want to throw in the towel? I don't think that is what they're saying. They're gambling that with this restructure, something changes that benefits them. And I think that change, I'm going to say it, is Haley Maxwell being out. I think that's the gamble. That's the, because she to my
Yeah, I
knowledge,
think it is
she's the
too.
only one that's not championing this. And if she's out, who benefits? All of them. Do they address the problem? No, because they can't address it now. How are they going to address it later? They can't do it now.
Look, the issue is that there is a lot of outside interference going on with LSPD stuff from BCSO and marshals. I mean, it's just the fucking truth. Right? The BCSO are a terrible department. They are honestly a waste of oxygen. Right? The fact that these people ain't just been dissolved and replaced is like the biggest thing ever. Right? All these people from the outside are going to push this restructure bullshit onto the fucking people that they're talking to. I mean, this is a good way to fucking smoke out a bunch of fucking snakes. This is the best way to get all the fucking people out.
That's
or
what Moss
threaten
did.
to fucking remove them. All right. And a lot of them, when you put them in a position, Rhodes, where you say, hey, listen, you don't have to be here. We're not restructuring. But if you fucking feel this way, then you can fucking be demoted or you can leave right now. How about you choose? You know what they're going to choose? I'll stay right here. That's what they're going to fucking choose. And then you fucking demote them anyway. Because this whole thing is, it's political fucking warfare. This is what happened. So listen, this type of stuff didn't happen a month ago, right? This type of stuff's happening now. You want to know why it's happening now? Because they can fucking get away with it. All right, I would grab them by their fucking necks. All right, I would let them know.
No. How about we don't grab anyone by the neck? Let's not grab anyone by the neck.
You're gonna talk to me like that? You son of a bitch! You're gonna talk to me like that?
Open that door now.
Look, the thing is, Rhodes, you got to understand what is missing right now. All right, Brian Knight is surrounded by a bunch of fucking clone troopers. All right, Frost fucking is hibernating like a goddamn bear. The guy who comes around once in a fucking blue moon. He's basically a fucking werewolf when he decides to go on duty.
He's been around a little bit more recently.
He's still a waste of fucking air. He should be dead. Listen, the only thing that was keeping everything stable was us. It was us at the top, Rhodes, keeping everybody stable. See, people need someone to vilify. So we gave that to them, but then people need someone to follow. So we gave that to them too. And people need somebody to worship. So we gave that to them too. We gave them everything. But now they took that away. Look, maybe it's my fault for encouraging the Ruby Maxwell camps to go at it. Me, I thought they would be fucking going at it a lot harder than they were. All they did really was not really too much, right, Carmine?
You said competition would make us stronger, is what you said. That was why you did it. You said if they compete with each other, maybe we come out the other end like Spartans. But no, they remain dormant.
Hey, it's just another thing that none of these fuckers chose to do. All right? See, that's the issue with the PD is we need doers. You see, here's the thing, Rhodes. I'm afraid. I'm afraid when I got to do things all the time. All right? I'm afraid. But you want to know why I'm afraid? Because these people will get too accustomed. They'll get too accustomed to me fucking putting them in the fucking stroller and taking them on a walk through the fucking park. All right? I want us to be surrounded by doers. That's what I want, Rhodes. I want us to be surrounded by doers and fighters. All right, we're loyal to a T to each other. We call each other out on our bullshit, but we also fight for each other. All right, this shit that Brian Knight did to me alongside this stupid fuck Skylar Sparks is unheard of. All right, still to this day, I'm gonna go to my goddamn deathbed. How the fuck do I get convicted or suspended, or is there PC for any of that? All right. I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this too, but Angel was the worst fucking choice for leader of the Department of Justice. We should have been pushing for Grayson. All right, there.
I hard disagree.
Angel and her DOJ are dog shit. All right, and they are fucking perpetually dog shit, and nothing good's going to come from it.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think
I'm not
they're
giving
dog shit.
anybody benefit of
I think
shit.
they were
Fuck 'em.
afraid. I think they were afraid, if I'm being honest.
I think they are afraid. I think Knight has too much influence. Knight influenced a judge on my case. It got thrown out, dismissed, and then fucking mistrialed. All right, the whole thing's fucked up. The whole thing's fucked up. All these people need. All right, listen, you know what the issue is? These people have no point of contest anymore. It almost would be a good thing for me to sit this one out because eventually they'll all start eating each other alive.
I told you, didn't I, Brett? I told you. I told you if you.
You did tell us the plan was to wait a few months, but then
I
hey,
can't
you went
wait
and
though.
got hired.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
but then
can't
you
wait because
went and
things
got
need to be
hired.
addressed.
No, we got.
Things need to be done. And for once in my miserable life, I'm a doer. I was just thinking, Rhodes. Sometimes you got to look back at history and historical moments and learn from the mistakes or the corrections of those before us. And two leaders of departments come to mind: Chief Moss and Sheriff Raddick. They both handled their positions of leadership very differently. I was an avid watcher, and I learned from both of them. You know what Raddick did when he got the position of sheriff of the BCSO?
What'd he do?
He went in a room with a bunch of doomers, doubters, complainers, telling him, "Hey, you better not do nothing to us."
Bunch
yada,
of
yada, yada.
crybaby pussies.
And do you know what he did? He acquiesced. He listened. He allowed them. He gave them a long rope for them to hang him with. And now enters Chief Moss. You know what she did when people were doing this?
What?
She literally did what Pred's saying. She said the door, and they transferred out of the department. And the LSPD, from my opinion, was better off for it. The moral of the story is sometimes if the problem is the person telling you there's a problem, you should tell them to fix it.
Especially when we know that a lot of these people essentially have so much say over their shifts and control over people. Sometimes you just need to fucking look. It ain't nice. It ain't what's, 100% needs to be done. But the fact is, people are all screaming a restructure in hopes for some type of advancement. They want to. There's something going on here. They want to get someone clipped. Because at the end of the day, LSPD's the lifeblood of this whole goddamn town. I mean, you guys in the LSPD hold everything together. How many times I would come around at night to do paperwork and there'd be some type of fucking operation taking place that of course Brian Knight didn't talk to me about because the son of a bitch ignored me for months. All right. But it would all be LSPD people while a bunch of fucking BCSO guys were all 10-7. And this would happen all the time. The issue is that the LSPD is too effective. But also, I kind of like the idea of not stepping in here because, it would be glorious to watch it all crash and burn from an outside perspective. I'm going to be honest, because that is exactly what would happen. These people will not be happy. They will not be satisfied no matter what happens. That's why you got to just tell them to smile and fucking wave like they're a pageant queen. All right, you got to tell them smile and nod. Yeah, hey, everybody, everything's
smile and
okay.
wave, boys.
All right? Because these people don't fucking know what they want. That's why it's on you to tell them how it's going to be. You tell them how it's going to be.
Yeah, but Pred, you know I'm not that person. I can't just ignore what someone is saying and pretend it was never said and tell them, if you keep thinking that way, there's the door. I don't have that in me. I can't just listen to what people say and it just ignore it.
Then I'll handle it. Then I'll handle it. I'll take care of it for you. I'll handle them all.
I think
I could handle it in a day. I could sort this whole. There wouldn't be one person. I'd say next person. I would fucking make an announcement. Anybody says they want to fucking restructure in this department, all right, you tell me who it is. I'll give you $500,000 and their ass is fucking shit canned. All right, that's what I'll fucking say. All right.
I would like to add, when like issues are raised in the police force and it gets up to the chief, usually it's coming from members of command and high command, and we don't hear the voices of the majority, and the majority are low-ranking officers like myself, Officer Carmine Costello, who will stand his post no matter what happens. Chief, I will stand strong. I will keep my back straight, and I will be the bulwark against our true enemies, which are the marshals, which nobody else seems to acknowledge. Apparently, just me. They're coming for our job. I digress. I'm not martial locked, by the way. I think we got to ask the average officer what they think of the LSPD. You know, I think the most important thing, but you may disagree, is not competency, but morale. Why have a competent police force that's non-existent when you can have a slightly incompetent police force, but at least they're out there doing their best.
Carmine, you couldn't even keep a straight face saying that.
But it's true. I think the
Well, we already
lesser of
have that.
both
It's called the
evils is-
BCSO, where Captain Ventura doesn't even know what reasonable suspicion is. I mean, see, this is the issue. The issue is that we're being governed by a bunch of people that shouldn't even have a fucking badge from the outside. All the marshals are inept, fucking stupid, absolute dumbasses. All right, the BCSO, all of them are fucking stupid, absolute dumbasses with no fucking spine. None of them. Daisy told me to my face. She told all of us. Remember Rhodes Carmine? I don't believe that the marshals presented PC there. And when I asked her to fucking give her opinion on the day of my fucking shit, you know what I got? I can't be there for that. Sorry. All right, these people are all spineless. Why do we let the spineless dictate the strong? It is time to take everybody ashore, to travel across the seas, tell them to get in the fucking boats. And then when we land, we burn the boat. And if they don't want to be there, then they can fucking swim across the sea, but they'll fucking drown. These people need to be dealt with. All of them. Every single fucking one. They need to be burned in their fucking beds while they sleep.
Oh my God. Figuratively.
Jesus.
Figuratively. Right? Thank God this room sounds.
Don't ask him to clarify. Do not ask him to clarify. Because you're not going to get the answer you're looking for, Carmine.
Yeah. Oh my God. We have become the complainers.
No, we're not complaining. We're
Yes, we
fighting.
are. Us as a whole. The LSPD as a whole. You know,
Look, I get that.
I was so sure that the marshals gained more influence, more power,
everybody
taking from
seems
our
to hate them.
best. I thought that would galvanize the House of LSPD against the common enemy. But apparently, for some reason, that's not what's happening. We're turning against each other.
No, it's a perfect opportunity to strike. There is no better opportunity than now to try and usurp the throne. All right? I already know how these types of things are going, especially with the mayor having so much sway and input. Outside agencies probably go to the mayor. People within our department probably go to the mayor too.
Oh my
right?
God! Yeah, I heard
There's
something
outside
crazy.
influence taking place.
I heard Captain Daisy Dukakis of the BCSO went over to the mayor and said, "Hey, make Nikki the chief." That is insane.
Wait, is that what happened?
That's what I heard. That's what
From who?
Assistant Chief Haley Maxwell told me that Daisy went over to Denzel and told Denzel, "Hey, you should make Nikki Khan the chief of police." Which is, you know, it's like a bunch of buzzards hovering over, not a corpse. The LSPD is not a corpse, but what they think is a corpse, to pick it down to the bone.
Rhodes, I'll take care of all this tomorrow.
I just
All
want to
right,
know how
Rhodes,
they. I want to know how all these sleeper cells all got activated at the same time. There must be someone behind the scenes pulling the strings. It has to be. I wonder who the mastermind, the maniacal mastermind that's pulling the strings. Who benefits the most from the department that has the most agents around consistently. Who benefits the most from destabilizing an agency like that? I'm trying to think. Who gains? I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know. I got no clue. Maybe Aubrey Webster. Maybe it's Aubrey Webster pulling the strings.
So after the meeting, Rhodes, a bunch of people got into their smaller meetings. There was one at was it record? No, it's called records dispatch room.
Yep.
I don't
the
know
records
saying
room.
anything, but you never know. Yeah. Daisy and Nikki were speaking there with other members of I think BCSO and LSPD.
Sorry, I was just
After
making sure my
meeting.
shotgun's loaded. You can never be too sure.
I just noticed everyone having like their own little meetings.
That's what saved you from Bill Mace.
Yeah, not wrong.
Careful.
You know, I didn't reload that last shell for like days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did we bury him, by the way? Did we
No,
bury
he's
him in your
still at
backyard?
the morgue. Fred needs to speak with Angel first regarding. Apparently, they got to flip a coin.
Damn.
Flip a coin. Hey, listen, I already told you. Bill Mays is getting buried in that backyard, or he's gonna get buried in the basement. It's one of the two. And that blood is stained in. Rhodes, listen.
You need.
Let's focus real quick. I know
Okay.
how things are. All right, I know how things are right now, and I know that you are a good guy. I know that you're not just a good guy, but I know that you're the best guy. All right, but there's one thing that you need to understand, and it's important because who knows what's going to happen. People don't need a good guy right now. They need a bastard. They need an absolute fucking bastard. And first, people are going to say they don't want that bastard. All right, they're going to say that at first, Rhodes. They're going to say, I don't want or need that bastard. That's when you say, tough shit, you dumb fucker. Get out if you don't like it. Go home. Okay? They need that right now. They need someone that's going to tell them to shut their fucking mouth and you don't give a shit. You've heard enough of their fluff. Tell them, shut their fucking mouth. Or if they talk to you again, they can fucking leave.
Fred, that's never going to work.
It will work. It will work because fear is how you conquer the soul.
Yeah, but Pred, there are people who are part of these discussions that have zero reason to want power.
Oh.
No, because they're in camps. All these people have broken down in
Okay.
camps.
Outside of the camp of LSPD, what camp is Davenport in?
Shift 3. Really
Perma
is-
LSPD. Has been LSPD through and through.
Well, Shift 3
always.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, what is but here's the thing though, when people say standards are slipping, there has to be an example. There has to be a couple.
I know
of reasons.
what Davenport's motivations are. Maybe he truly does believe this, but he knows he's not risking his ass because he's in shift 3 and he's like not a lot of competition. So
Okay,
he's
but
like,
what point would there
retain his
be?
position. All right, Davenport, I agree with. Jeb, I agree with. But everyone outside of that, I think benefits from the
How?
structure.
These people all openly, willingly said that they would accept a normal officer position.
King, I understand. Ruby, Nikki,
Ruby
who
didn't
else was
really.
there?
I don't think Ruby really spoke up during that. I think she was exceptionally quiet.
I don't know. Nikki, I didn't know Nikki was. I mean, I don't know. Nikki to me when I was captain, to me Nikki just struck me as someone that wanted to like help out, do the work of a senior, but nothing beyond that, you know. She didn't want to like she just wanted to focus on the day to day. I don't know.
Yeah, but listen,
I
that
don't
was
know what's
similar to
changed.
me. I didn't want a position in. Do you know that the only reason I took a senior position was so that the BCSO would push the change that people wouldn't have to fucking need a command member to approve an arrest warrant?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Why did it take that fucking long to push that change? You want to know what the concern was that I was told
Because
over and
nobody
over?
wants to do anything.
No,
Nobody
no.
wants to do
It was
anything.
no. I had this conversation with Stevie and others, and the consensus was the same. If we don't have like someone looking over these, they're going to be like terrible arrest warrants. And I thought to myself, sometimes you need to let people fall through the fucking net. You can't be the safety net every fucking time. They're never going to learn. They're going to do the bare minimum until you say, yeah, it's good.
But then you know what happens then? You'll have Director Knight and outside agencies saying that, oh, look, the LSPD's incompetent. Their standards are slipping again. And then...
Yeah, but this is what... that wasn't even a Marshall or BCSO thing that was mentioned.
I still think the marshals
Look,
had something to do with. Have something to do with this.
There is 100%
prove it, but I know it.
outside interference that is taking place. All right, there's 110% outside interference that is encouraging these things. What needs to be done is the people that are making these that are having these outside contacts, and these people that are bitching all the time need to get fucking smoked. All right, you need to put fear into these people.
Fred, I'm not that guy. You know that.
You need to do what you need to do is you need to get a chicken. All right, you need to get a chicken, and you need to cut the chicken's head off right in front of them and start.
This'll
plucking
be
it
you.
while you're having a conversation with them.
This you next.
That's what you need to do.
Oh,
That's what you need to do. That you just pull the chicken out of the pen, and you just fucking chop its head off.
No.
I'm gonna get an animal cruelty charge.
No, not if it's your property.
Plastic one. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna bash my head into the fucking desk. I'm gonna bash my head into the desk. Have you spoken with Denzel?
I haven't, no, but because I didn't want to meddle.
Oh, I asked him like how he's going, what he's thinking and stuff, and he says he thinks that you're probably the best position for Chief Rhodes. At the moment, that's what he said. He's told me.
Yeah, but Denzel's always been kind of a weak man too.
That's true.
You would
I mean,
be
not that's
too,
true, but
Brad,
I
if
mean-
you were the mayor and you knew a marshal could suspend you from your duties for 30 plus days on a fucking stupid charge.
Oh, by the way,
you'd be scared too.
they're not pushing an impeachment against me. Did I tell you guys that?
Are they
Yeah, because that
not?
would be the dumbest thing they could have ever done.
No, they were. I don't think that they were going to push charges, based on what Brian had told me. But it sounded like they were going to push for essentially like an SOP change, like someone got a felony, fired, type deal, as opposed to filing the actual impeachment.
Nah, they're bitch made. Low key, they're fucking scared of you. Oh shit, they're actually kind of and pushing for an SOP change. You mean just phone call and conversation doesn't do it? They gotta push for. Hey, what are their SOPs, by the way? I'd love. Hey, what are their SOPs, by the way? Have you seen those?
Nope.
Oh, but
I know some, like regarding like their like standard patrol stuff, but aside from that, no.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'm going to be honest. I've had some productive conversations with Brian over the past week or two.
Yeah.
No, productive. And here's the thing. These conversations could have happened even while Pred was chief, right? But the reality is, well, yeah, but that's because you refuse to talk. You only yell.
I didn't refuse to talk.
No, Pred, listen to what I said. You only yell.
That's not true. I literally sat down and I said, I only want us to have conversation. I want us to communicate. I said it just
You said
like
it
that
just like
a
that?
million times. Yes.
Okay.
One time I said it like this just for 3 hours. I said, all I want is for us to communicate. Just like this.
What was
And
the
it
response?
A 3-hour conversation. What was the response? Brian never says, all right, listen. Brian's like a rogue AI that is like fucking dumb as shit. Because it's just like, you'll start talking to it about something, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like when you're out of like shouting range of your Alexa and you tell your Alexa to do something. That's what it's like talking to Brian Knight. You're out of range with it. It thinks it heard what you said, but it's like, you'll be like from across the room, Alexa, play the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt. And then it'll just be like playing Fight Club. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god.
You guys notice how AI never lets you have the last word, even if you tell it, "Hey, I want to have the last word."
Well, yeah, because
And
it's
it's
always going to
never ending.
acknowledge what, you know.
That's what a Brian conversation feels like.
Not with me. Last time I saw Brian, I just told him, "Don't fucking talk to me
Oh,
at all. I
by
don't
the
want to
way,
hear one fucking word from you."
you remember the
Yeah.
SOPs or the rules of engagement on the suspension stuff that
Uh-huh.
you were supposed to do?
The court order that they violated, that Angel kind of did nothing about. Yeah, Angel was a great choice for fucking Chief Justice.
Well-
I don't know if they did it. Yeah, I think she told me to let
There-
her know when you
there
guys
has
were around.
been so Carmine, did you know the actual plan?
But the suspension?
No. Well, yes. But Angel, do you know how she reached out to you or whatever, and you
Yeah.
came in here to tell us Chief Justice wants to talk? It was about that. It was because me, Frost, and Brian were all talking with each other, and so we were all available. So then we went upstairs, because Frost shit himself in here. I'm not kidding. That's ate something, then he was shitting himself.
Was he?
Anyway.
He wasn't sitting in this chair, was he?
He was sitting in the one that Pred's in right now.
Nice.
But he wasn't actually sitting in it at the
Ew.
time. No, don't worry, it's got cleaned up. However, it was all a trick to get us to talk about that. However, we were having very productive conversations regarding, there were things written up over a month ago regarding those SOPs. Those were submitted, but they're outdated. And they need to, the marshals are going to update what those are. And from there, it's going to take into account the stuff that Frost and I had openly discussed. It's going to change. And even though it's listed as arbitration, Angel pretty much said, because you guys are actively engaging, in good faith in these conversations, it doesn't have to be arbitration. But, figure something out and then let me know. So there are going to be things that do change. But what I can specifically tell you is, hold on. Most of it is going to be going through high command now, so it's not going to be a matter of everything just being held by the marshals. High command will be informed. Additionally, the only time, even if it is a felony, the only time it's actually going to result in a suspension is likely in the event of, say, what's deemed a violent felony. And at that point, even then, as it's currently written, it would be our high command that, properly documents and follows through with the removal of keys and MDT access, at least on a temporary basis, and stuff like that. So,
look, these motherfuckers gotta go. I'm just gonna say it. All these motherfuckers gotta go. We ain't got room. Listen, there ain't enough room at this table for us to have another 30 plus people fucking department. All right, there ain't enough at this table. All right, that's why I'm so glad that Brian Knight will be getting smoked soon, because what he did to me, smoking fucking gun. Let's see how the justice is trying to spin this one, though.
Carmen, is that the stuff you're looking into?
I don't know what Pred is talking about. I am not informed. He knows nothing of my active criminal investigation. All he is a witness. That's
Okay.
it. I do plan on presenting my findings to you at your earliest convenience, Chief.
Sure.
Well, you mean to tell me that you didn't tell your chief what's going on?
I told him that I told him on the day I picked up my badge.
You mean to tell him that you didn't tell him what's going on?
No, he did.
I'm gonna tell him.
No, he did. No, he did. He did tell me. I distinctly recall because I was on the phone with him inside the tunnels behind Mission Row, and that's when I saw Denzel's vehicle, or what I believe to be Denzel's vehicle, drive out of the fucking tunnels.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Yeah. I told the chief of we're looking into your concern, Pred. Okay, the allegations you have raised. There's an active investigation, and if wrongdoing is found, it'll go to court, and then you'll have all the information then, Pred. Unlike the marshals, we play by the books, by the rule book.
What you mean? How they investigated that case and then they Didn't even help the guy get any of his fucking have a civil case. They didn't even tell the poor guy that I allegedly choked to get a civil case. We get a little bit of money. They just fucking said, "Hey, come." Look, I hate these motherfuckers. I'm gonna be the first to say it. If I could hit a button that would kill all my enemies, I'd hit it right now, big dog. I'd hit it right now. And
yeah, but Pred, do you want to know what the issue is?
What's that?
There'd be too many people gone.
Not as many as you think.
I don't know.
I honestly think the world would be a better place if the BCSO and the marshals all just died.
Carmine.
Spontaneous combustion. Yes, Chief?
Did I ever specifically tell you not to fly too close to the sun?
No.
Yeah, you did. You did say that.
Okay. Well, I want you to know, you know, as yeah, that's a plane and that's the sun. And so I thought because you were on a plane, you know, there's no risk of you getting too close to the sun, right?
Surely.
What I unfortunately failed to realize is that you were instead in a rocket and were equipped to get close to the sun. So I guess what I'm asking you, Carmine, is to be careful.
I mean, Chief, my main priority right now is first the pursuit of justice, and my second priority is not to tarnish the name and the house of the LSPD. Those two things are two things.
What a man. What a
are
guy.
two things that I will stand and die by. The pursuit of justice and the honor of our house. Those are the two things I hold when I'm on duty. Those are the two things I will hold to. Okay, when I say the honor of our house, I'm still going to talk shit to people. But what I'm talking about is how I
wait. Hold on. Which house? Which house? The house of Maxwell or Ruby?
Well, look, you know what? I'm an honest man. I'm an asshole. I'm an honest. The house of Maxwell. I've always been Camp Maxwell. It's an open secret. I've always been Maxwell do or die. That's why I see this for what it truly is. A concoction, a plan from the house, the evil house, the evil, cruel, malignant, malicious house of Ruby to usurp power from the house of Maxwell.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, okay? But the commander role would go, and it's no dig towards Ruby, but she wouldn't be my first pick for captain.
Fred made a really smart choice by giving Shift 1, the camp of Maxwell, like 4 captains or something, and then the Shift 2 camp of Ruby commander. That was a good balance. I think that's what kept the peace. When you appease both houses, like Game of Thrones, what the Targaryens did with the Redwoods and that other family. That's House of the Dragon. You gotta make sure that both parties have equal power,
Carmine.
so they never attack each other.
Carmine, what's your favorite TV show of all time?
My favorite TV show of all time would be the first season of Seven Deadly Sins, specifically Escanor. The Lions in Her Pride. Season 3 and 4 and whatever.
That's your favorite show ever?
Escanor is like the coolest fictional character ever for me.
Deadly Sins is so mid.
No, it is. Escanor is a gangster. He walks up to some guy you can't attack if you have hatred in your heart for him. And he says, "Why would I hate you? You're too feeble." That guy's gangster.
He's got that aura.
Carmine, you're now on the list of if Pred could press a button, you'd be gone.
Probably.
Carmine's my ride or die.
And Pred's a weeb, too.
Carmine, Rhodes, Clear. We ride together, we die together.
I'm okay with the ride part. I don't know about that.
If I say you're gonna die, Carmine, you're gonna die.
Oh, if there's a way this plays out that I don't have to die, you know? Yeah, let Crystal do it. She'll fucking do it. Let her die.
No. Crystal is never dying.
I won't let you die either, Chief.
Yeah, we gotta sort
I'm in a
out
rough
what it
spot,
is.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't envy you at all. I'd hate to be in your position.
And I fear if Pred were to return in the chief or ass chief spot, that people would also equally take issue with that,
Perfect.
given everything.
That's what we want.
I think on the micro level, it'll probably fix all the problems in the LSPD, but on the macro level, the marshals will be, let's just say communication is going to break down again. And we might be
100%.
seeing charges for littering instead.
Carmine, have you issued any tickets to a marshal yet?
No. Now, if I
You
get
haven't
in
gone
the
down
car
the
with my
Peters
dog,
route?
Peters, if I get in a car with Peters and Peters says, "Hey, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say no," but on my own, I'm not like, because of the case and everything I'm working on right now. I don't want to get sidetracked by small inconveniences. I'm a homing missile. Then
Okay, Pred, here's the reality of the situation. Either you return as chief of police, if Denzel goes that route. If you don't, I don't think I have another choice but to follow through with the restructure. And I'm not opposed to the restructure, to be clear.
A restructure won't accomplish anything.
how's it gonna look? Do you have like plans for who goes where, or is it like a restructure? Like they gotta prove themselves? What's the goal of it?
At minimum, I would definitely have most of command and all of high command fleshed out prior to. Do I know solidly where people would stand right now? No. I'd have to inquire with certain people.
Don't give them what they want, Rhodes. You can't give them what they want.
I would like to say one issue I've learned with restructure is usually when people think restructure, they think everybody down to officer and maybe, some fresh blood shines through and they do a stubble and they just they're like, ooh, the perfect pick, like sent by the gods, right? But usually that's not what happens. It's gonna be
Guys,
the
I
same
do
people
have to
float-
depart.
It's usually the same people
You have to
floating
go?
the top.
I have to go, but I think we need
Take
to
care, Jim.
continue this conversation.
I agree.
Fair travels.
Clear,
Here,
I'll miss you.
someone let him out. I'm gonna reach under my desk for a bottle of water.
All right,
Carmine, let
I'm
him
gonna get my notes ready to present to you. Over here, Pred.
I'm coming.
I'll just be right here.
I showed him the door. Okay.
Hit me with your findings.
All right, let me take a seat. Let Icarus sit upon his throne of wings that will be engulfed by the flames. That is the sun.
that's
The
perfect
marshals.
too.
Oh, it's mine now. Thank you.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I got extra.
Don't worry. It's more
I'm good,
useful
I'm
to
good,
me
I'm
than it'll
good.
ever be to him. What's he doing for us, Crystal? He's a pathetic, jobless, hobo bum. Crystal, you need to move on.
I was
Leave
talking
Fred
about
in the
roads.
dirt where he belongs.
Yeah, she was talking about me, and I just took everything of what you
thirsty?
said as
Whoa,
towards
whoa,
me.
whoa, wait.
You don't
Okay, might find it. So far, me, Peters, and I would like to petition for Alana not to be fired. She was helping me on this investigation.
Yeah, too late on that. Too late on that,
She's
bud.
She's an integral part of the
She's
investigation.
been a PPO for way too fucking long.
Well, okay. Are we sure nobody like who wants to stifle this investigation like made a political moves to get Alana off the board, making it harder for us to prosecute if prosecution's on the table on this case?
You think I want Alana on the case of let's look into the director of the marshals contacting a judge? What did Alana do in this case?
She asked some very eye-opening questions in some of the interviews. Sorry, they were all interviews, no interrogations yet. For example,
like?
she asked I asked her if she had any questions for Haley when we questioned her, and she said, no, not at this time. And that made me think. That opened my eyes. Oh my God. Alana, you're right. We don't have no more questions for Haley. We got everything we needed. She's just, she's like the whatever the fuck that guy's name is to Sherlock Holmes. She's like, I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Carmine, whatever the fuck you just explained, you can get the same thing out of a pet rock.
She's my Watson. She's my Watson. Okay. All right, let's get started. So, what we know so far is setting the stage. Fred comes to the LSPD, informs us that he believes there may have been ex parte communication to a member of the judiciary while that member was presiding over a case, and he believes it had an effect on the ruling. Basically, potentially corruption. We questioned first Fred. He gave us that information. He informed us that he received a text message from Judge Atlas stating that he could no longer, after motioning for a continuance, that he can no longer talk to Fred, and he believes there was a target on his back. We then talked to Haley. Haley confirmed that there was a phone call during this court case. She also mentioned that the court case was still ongoing. It was not in deliberation. It wasn't. The session was not called. It wasn't like there was no ruling yet. We then spoke to Atlas. Atlas confirmed that the person that called him was Director Brian Knight. He also confirmed that Director Brian Knight knew the court case was ongoing. He confirmed that even knowing that fact, Director Brian Knight continued conversing with him. He confirmed that the call involved discussions about whether he should rule based on a visual inspection of the car alone, which made Atlas, after a 10-minute conversation, Atlas said that that call did impact his ruling, and I asked him if he thought the call made him if the call never happened, if he would have ruled differently. He said without the call, he likely would have ruled on the same day and not motioned for a continuance. Later, Atlas said he informed Chief Justice Angel about this and his intent to call for a mistrial because of the phone call. So the Chief Justice was aware of this ex parte communication with the sitting judge. The Chief Justice then ruled a mistrial on that initial case. The case was then refiled, and that second case that was refiled was also a mistrial. what do you call it when a case can't be revisited? There's a word
It
for
was dismissed with prejudice.
Yeah, dismissed with prejudice. Before this dismissal went through, though, the defendant or the party that's being the pred motion for the reasons for this mistrial to be brought to light. Both on both cases, the motion was not acknowledged or got a response. The core issues we have right now is that I need to confirm is whether Brian Knight did indeed know that the court case was ongoing. If Blunt was what Blunt's involvement to all of this is. If Angel had intentions of reporting this to law enforcement, and if not, why was it not reported to law enforcement? And why the motions to produce the cause of the mistrial were not acknowledged. I still need to question Blunt. I need to question Knight, and I need to question Chief Justice Angel. I also need to get Knight's phone subpoena, and depending on what I get from Blunt's interview, get a phone subpoena on Blunt to confirm if he had any involvement in this. Right now, I think there is probable cause on the charges of corruption and judicial interference, but I don't think it's beyond a reasonable doubt, which is why I don't want to move forward with any docket postings or anything. Once those conversations are done, talk to Knight and see if Knight can provide anything exculpatory, including Blunt, or if Angel has like more information. That's what I'm waiting for right now. So that's where we are. That's where we are.
Okay. So why corruption? Which portion of corruption?
Okay. I want to preface, I don't think corruption fits. There's probable cause for it, but I don't think it's beyond a reasonable doubt. It says here, every person commits corruption who, while serving as a public official of government or a government employee, which that prong Knight ticks, he's the director of the marshals, knowingly abuses their position of authority for personal gain. He didn't do it for personal gain. Political influence, yes, I think it ticks that prong. Due to the nature of the court case, it was a marshal case against a private citizen, okay, and his interference had benefited the Department of the Marshals directly.
Hold on, wait. Wasn't it deemed a mistrial? Therefore, there essentially was no case, and then it was dismissed with prejudice. So how do you hit that?
Because
there is no ruling against.
It's interference. Full stop. It's interference. Full stop. Due to the fact that he interfered, it doesn't matter what the outcome is. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to have a positive impact on the marshals. His interference alone is what ticks that prong. Does that make sense?
Repeat what you just said.
Political influence. It doesn't have to be negative or positive. The fact that he took actions to interfere with an ongoing court case is enough for that prong.
Okay, but don't forget, you don't have that because you can't prove the knowingly portion because you haven't spoken with him yet.
Yeah, that's why I don't think the charge fits yet. And just to add on to that, talking to Atlas made it sound like he was going to rule in Pred's favor before the phone call. It's all in the interview. Acts constituting corruption include, but are not limited to, accepting or soliciting bribes or favors in exchange for official acts, misusing official powers, he takes that prong, resources or confidential information, interfering with investigations or court proceedings to protect oneself or others. i.e., using official authority or the threat, therefore, to direct or coerce others to commit illegal acts. I think it takes everything without excluding the intent. I still don't know if Brian knew for sure that it was an ongoing court case, and I don't know if Brian's intent was to have the ruling.
Wait, okay, so hypothetically, I'm Brian in this situation,
Yep.
right? If I'm calling a judge, specifically the one presiding over a case,
Yes.
I'm going to see that they are at City Hall.
See,
So-
that's what I would think too. But they were not at City Hall; they were at LSPD, which is why I don't know if Brian knew this. If Brian knew it was an ongoing court case.
Why?
Atlas
Wait,
said
hold
he
on. Why
was
were they
pretty
at
clear about it,
LSPD?
though. Oh, because they went on a mobile trip to check out cars. To see if
Okay.
vehicles were decommissioned or not. I knew this court case going to court. I knew this going to court was stupid. Nobody wanted to listen to me.
You do realize that you are going to be fucked because Brian is just going to say, yeah, I looked at the GPS and I saw that no one was at the courthouse anymore. So I assumed it was over.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
point.
if he says that,
that's the
then
If
what?
if he says he didn't know it was an ongoing court case, it's still going to be his word against Atlas. I don't know. I think if Brian says he didn't know it was a court case, then I wouldn't feel right charging him with corruption if he didn't know what he was if he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, you
I-
have to
I'd
have
use
knowledge
discretion.
of. Yeah. Well, no, that's not using discretion. If you truly believe that he did not know, then that is pretty much the end of it, right? Because we need to prove that they were fully
He could
aware
lie,
of.
though. He could lie. If I find evidence that says the contrary, for example, I haven't got their phone subpoenas yet. There's a chance that Blunt did send him a text message and Blunt said, "Hey, active court case. I need you to call the judge and make him stop." You don't know until you look.
I think if you think Blunt is that dumb, you are sadly mistaken.
Well, all of this is dumb. The fact that this phone call would happen so overtly with so many witnesses, the random motion to random continuance, all of this is dumb.
I just, I mean, listen, continue on, but don't be dumb, Carmine.
I'm not.
And for the love of God, why the fuck would you include Alana? A
Alana's-
multi-month PPO.
Alana, she enlightens me. I'll
That
say
then
this,
got
though.
McQuillan killed.
That's mighty unfortunate. I was riding with her like two to 1 hour before that. And I'm so glad I went to sleep. I'll say this, Chief. I'm not gonna make any movements on pressing charges, putting it on the docket, injunctions, anything like that, without your go ahead. I think this is too high profile for me to operate without the guidance or approval of you. So if you tell me to drop this case, I will follow your orders.
Well, Carmine, I don't want us to be set up for failure. And what I mean by that is we do nothing officially on the docket unless we have enough to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. While, yes, we can technically arrest with PC, obviously whatever is going to happen is going to end up in court. And at that point, the threshold is proving it beyond a reasonable doubt. If there is any reasonable doubt, you kind of just have to...
enough for PC here, to be honest.
Well,
I think
yeah,
I
but that's
could walk in
irrelevant.
there right now, arrest them, and force
Yeah,
them into an
but you're not
interrogation.
going to, Carmine.
I'm not gonna. Of course, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. What?
You would,
it's not like they
Carmine,
did
you
that.
would.
It's not like they did that to me.
Carmine, they literally had a video. It was bad, and you fucking know it.
And we got a phone call here, and it's bad.
Can I get clarification on your situation? Was the Green Gobbler involved in all that?
Sorry, what was that?
Was the Green Gobbler involved in all of that?
Sorry, anxiety was flaring up. Can we move on to another topic, please?
Carmine, I hope you know I asked that in in defense of you.
So off a day keeps the knob away, as they say. So off
Okay.
a day.
Now, what about your other half? How's Bobby doing?
From what I know, he's still out there somewhere. Some people think he's in the Gulag, Bolingbrook Penitentiary, in a cell below ground, and the marshals have him locked up in a black site. Others think he's out there somewhere doing God knows what. Have you heard the rumors about him being a super villain or something like that? Blue beam, moonbeam, blue screen. Have you heard about that? You heard of anything about that?
Carmine, it's Bobby. He's not capable of much.
Well, Chief, I want you to know that there is a likelihood that me and Peters get to a point on this case where it's conclusive that wrongdoing did occur, and we tried a motion for, justice to be not just sought but attained, and we try to prosecute. There may be pressure on both you and the mayor from the director, because this is the corruption is not just a felony charge. It's a hag charge.
I'm aware,
charge.
Carmine. Ask how I fucking know. I gave keys to Pratt at 11:50 something, and I made the announcement at 12 something, and at 12:18 or something is when the new charge went into effect.
Nice.
So ask me how I fucking know, Carmine.
I think everybody should be held to account of the law, no matter what their positions are.
Carmine, you say this, but you fucking stole someone's bicycle. That's a felony.
Include myself.
I know, but you can't say including myself knowing full well on a technicality you committed a felony. Right before getting hired. And didn't get charged. And then tried to fuck him over by bringing him to the sewers.
Thank God I was able to settle it outside of court with the victim party.
Yep.
I'm glad I was able to settle it with him.
Carmine, get out of my fucking office and go do some work.
10-4, Chief.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Don't be dumb. And if you are, don't get caught. And if you do, that's on you.
10-4.
Especially if you get recorded by Reed Dankleaf of all people.
I don't make the same mistakes twice, let me tell you.
He's an idiot sometimes. Carmine, shut the door! How you doing, Crystal?
Oh, it's not shut for you?
It is now. It is now.
Oh, sorry. All right. I was actually gonna ask you, how are you going?
I'm okay. I mean, obviously there was the whole restructure stuff, and I intend on following through with it. Though if Pred wants to be chief, I will forfeit said position, and if he wants to try whatever it is he wants to try, he can. I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot.
Yep. How are you? What did you want to talk to me about?
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, I want to talk to you about something in shift 3, but yeah, sounds like Pred's more so pointing at outside sources, but this does look, well, from what the command meeting we had the other day, it seemed more internal,
Yeah. Yep.
But,
So what's going on in shift 3?
Oh, actually, yeah. Can I borrow? Do you have a state ID?
1303.
Of course you have state ID. Sorry, silly me. 1303. Okay. Let's make this for a few hours. I shared you a report. It's called Clear's to-do list. It's just because I kind of keep my notes there. I'm not very good with I'm not a very good talker, Chief. I'm more of a yeah, my thoughts go everywhere. You know, it kind of spirals and not spirals and goes
I
back
get what you're
and forth.
saying.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just gonna be blank the whole time and talk about random stuff. So it was just I don't know if you can see me highlight it. It was in shift 3. I was wondering if what do you think about shooting? Just to say, why did we stop shooting PD vehicles when they get stolen?
Because legally we cannot justify it. Before it was just SOP based, but we need
see.
reason to be able to justify it. Now, if the person was involved in a street race and struck someone, and then they jump out of their disabled car and they jump into a police car, they're now in what could be, you know, articulated as another weapon at this point. Yes, we can. But if this is just a scenario where someone hasn't demonstrated that behavior, we cannot.
Yeah, cause shift 3. I don't know if you see my notes, but yeah, we
I do.
barely have any interceptors, and it's not like they're lock picking or anything. They just jump in, they find keys, and they get away, and we have to just kind of. We don't have the units to be able to kind of focus on the main chase. All our attention will be directed trying to get back that interceptor the whole time, and we can't break off until we get it back because we need that interceptor. Because we only got Perry, Davenport, Sean, mostly just driving the interceptors the whole time. Shift 3, we can't do anything else without it, and there has been 2 instances already where the PD vehicles were shot from them. What you call it?
Are we
getting into
talking at
their
like
cars.
point blank range?
Yes, to disable the car to get it back. There's 2 instances in shift 3 where it happened, so I just wanted to like check.
I don't mind if while the vehicle's at a complete stop and the person is in the car, not moving, or just about to move, to where there exists zero possibility that the driver is actually shot. To shoot a tire, I'm not opposed. But shooting it while it's actively moving is going to be a hard no, unless we have that separate articulation.
Yeah, because we just don't have the units to be able to get it back either in shift 3.
I mean, this does fall. Here's the reality, though. This falls on us for not locking our cars.
Yeah, it was at a traffic stop. They fled on a bike, and I guess someone stayed behind, and they got into the car and got the keys. But
yeah. I mean, it's still like even in a traffic stop, the moment you're out of your car, it needs to be locked, right? Like these are even for the smallest of things, your vehicle needs to be locked to prevent exactly this issue. So yeah, we just need to keep pushing the
tires and stuff. All right.
If they are pretty much at a complete stop, I'm not opposed legally, because then we can articulate it wasn't deadly force in the sense of shooting to kill. If we can articulate the vehicle was not moving or was at most 5 miles an hour, and I was already aimed at just the tire at a downward angle towards the ground in which it could not have struck the driver.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like criminal's perspective. They once they get open fire upon, they're like, oh flip, they're gonna start shooting me now, and they may escalate as well. So I guess we gotta be
you got to be careful regarding that. 100%.
Okay. All right, I'll let them know, because I don't want to like just kind of be a thing in shift 3 if that's not where I'm.
Yeah, but I think that's primarily a problem in shift 3 just because of numbers,
yeah, that's
right?
why I mentioned shift 3. Yeah.
Also, the marshals in scenes thing at the top, that's already been discussed. Are we talking about when they are just responding to normal calls?
There was just like some incidences in shift 3. I forgot, but there was some comments made that the marshals made towards officers. I forgot what it was. I didn't note it down. I did note it down somewhere in my notes, but I make a lot of notes, and a lot of days have passed since. So I just remember it happened with Odette and Davenport.
Yes, it was with Blunt.
Yes.
If I recall correctly, it was either with Blunt or Sparks. And a lot of it had to do with the lack of them having a livery. The unfortunate reality is they don't have a livery, and if
Oh,
they
they can't
could
miss it,
use
yeah.
ours with a different color, they would.
Oh, but they can't.
They
because-
can't
mhm,
exactly because
yeah,
the LSPD livery actually has the black on
black
it.
one. Mhm.
So if they are responding to normal calls outside of like a 78 or anything, they are expected to be in their general uniform, which does include their marshal vest, the bright blue car with both a call sign and a light bar. The bright blue is essentially their livery, and then the sort of like confirmation on top of that is going to be the light bar and call sign.
Sounds good. Don't worry about the concerns. That's just something I'm discussing with shift 2.
Okay.
That's all good. The bottom part, I do a Kahoot thing. Putting like questions at the bottom, going over like SOP stuff because I know it's like a hard thing to read. Have you
Mhm.
done a Kahoot, Chief?
No.
Oh, that's okay. It's a pop quiz, and multiple people can join at once. And the quicker you answer multiple choice questions, not true or false, the more points you score. I've been doing this with the cadets, so that making sure they like
Oh, because
they know, like,
it's
the
sort of
things,
like,
'cause-
are they aware of the first thing that comes to mind? Sort of like the quicker they answer, the more points
Oh,
they
yeah,
get.
yeah, they're aware. That's why they're competitive. I made that clear
Ah,
too.
okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, more than one says we share us all. Just like little things that like we already know, but like we gotta make sure they know it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, that's some things I want to talk to you about. Was this
Sounds good.
the shooting PD vehicle?
Real quick, I need a refresher on the structure of our detectives. Figure out
Ah,
how that's all
yes.
going. Would you happen to have that?
No, I think it'll be best to talk to V and Moss since they got Detective Sergeant in shift 2, so they
Okay,
would know more
got it.
about it. And I think they did like a big operation with like Dark and all that. So I think our talk's gonna be cut here.
Got it. All right.
Great.
I'll see you on the flip side.
See ya, Chief.
How y'all doing, chat? What a day. What a day. Two hours of Kyle screaming is nothing. There's no thinking Crystal is cool. Crystal is cool. End of story. Brian stuff sounds interesting. I don't think it'll go anywhere because, like, realistically, nothing changed and the cases got dropped. So, yeah, intent's always going to be hard. Chat, I need a double check. The midnight early access. 3 days early access when you pre-purchase. What's the actual date? Yeah, on my main account, I will have early access, but wait, did they specifically plan this so that the 3 days of early access is like a weekend? Hold on. When is it? March 2nd is official release. One moment. Second, 3 days before is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's crazy. That was very fucking strategic. That was very strategic. people have to buy. Yeah. I mean, think about it, right? It's going to be a weekend. I say weekend, but it's going to start on Friday. People are going to be off of work at the end of the day. They're going to think about, like, I have nothing to do for the next 3 days, but I could have early access if I swipe some more. So, Prop, while I do understand, because it's early access and not everyone is going to be swiping for the more expensive thing, you do have to consider that because it's not going to be everyone at once, because it's not the full release, I don't think we're likely to run into those issues. My stance, at least. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. It's pretty bad. I'm not surprised. That's only going to be a fraction of people from retail. I'm not going to lie. I would really have... TBC was my prime. A lot of people fail to realize that. I would love to play again, but like people also failed to realize how grindy it was. Classic is bad too, and I don't have it in me to fucking juggle that. You seen Zilla launch Zilla for Warcraft? No, wait, really? Is that actually a thing? Featured homes? Wait, you can claim loot? Is this like official? You can get a welcome mat just by... What the fuck? Hold on, we're gonna be reconnecting. It depends. It depends. Do. Wait, some of these are sick. Hey, some of these are so fucking good. Oh, this is bad. Chat, I'm gonna grab a drink. I will BRB. Chat, I have to dip. That was not planned, but my mom's got a flat tire when she was leaving work for lunch, so we are going to swap cars, and I will get that sorted. Who do I send you off to? Who's live? Yo, this is my fucking life. Can't make this shit up. I'm gonna send you guys to Crystal. Sorry for that, chat. It wasn't supposed to start late, and it wasn't supposed to end early. But here we are. Anyways, I'm gonna